Dynamesh 2, adding and subtracting geometry. Let's go to Lightbox. Let's go to Tool. Click our old favorite, the sphere. Click and drag it out and hit Edit. Turn off Lightbox. This time we're going to shoot for the hip. Number one question always asked by a student is, how do I carve a hole in something? Well, now I can say, let's not only carve a hole in something, let's carve a curve hole in something. So instead of going straight in and out, let's go right, like snake it in and out, which would be awful hard. Well, it used to be. Let's turn on Dynamesh and let's hit yes. Turn on Dynamesh again. And then I'm going to take this new tool, I find very fascinating, I'll have to explore it more later, the curved line tube. We're going to go to Subtract. Basically, I'm going to make my brush as small as I want the hole, and click and drag. Now this is based on spline geometry, so the spline curve can be edited real time. I can go like this if I wanted to, whoops, but just make sure that you don't off click it. In other words, you want to make sure that you're on this line, and if you do off click it, just hit undo. So wouldn't it be cool if the hole came here and then went in and then went out this hole, right? That would be unique. Well, now that I have it in position, and I could reposition anywhere I want, Control, click drag down, and you can see this is now two different poly objects that are joined. And let's do that one more time. And here I have my hole. So it goes in, and then it comes out over here. Wow, that's pretty sweet, right? Okay. Of course, it happens to be very easy to carve a straight hole too. You know, I can easily use this same tool with the subtract feature and just make sure that my line is kind of straight. And then I can move it all I want. Or I can move it as a whole part by going into move and then moving it where I need it to be. Okay, again, control down, control down. See, now I have a straight hole. Now it gets even better. One of the things that I liked about this is the fact that we can add just about any change of geometry to it. Let's say I went into this new feature called the insert cylinder. Again, I could add or subtract it. Let's just add one. And what I can do is now rotate that piece if I wanted to, because everything else is masked off. So I'm just going to do a little bit of moving and move it to the surface. And since this is an add form, I can go in and control down. And now it adds the geometry to there. Now making surface changes like a ball to a cylinder, very easy. And I like those cuts. Like, let's say I go like this, go to curve line, go to subtract. Okay. I'm just going to manipulate this a little bit. I'm going to keep it on the surface as much as I can. Just like that. And now, bam, I got a nice cut. Now that's pretty primitive, but I'll tell you what, cutting into a mesh very cleanly with a cylinder is no small trick whatsoever. And since it's still dynamic, everything kind of changes really nicely when I go to even H-polish it. So if I take H-polish, it really does a nice job. It auto-updates real time. So we'll explore H-brush or H-polish and see what we can do with that in the next video.